A big shout out to Dylan David Lee on Instagram for stopping by my table and dropping off this nice t-shirt and dream catcher. Thanks, buddy. The World Series of Poker $10,000 main event, day 2. We made it, but not quite far enough. We're gonna have to get to day 8 or some shit. So, plan is to bag and tag around 300,000 chips today. That is my intention. I threw it out into the universe. The universe always listens. Table's super soft. We're gonna go with a min raise strategy. Small C bet, big turn bet, applying max pressure, implying a river shove in all spots. So most of these guys don't want to lose a huge stack. They want to play tight. They don't want to regret their play. So unless I run into a monster, I should chip up effortlessly. Let's bag and tag around 1 a.m. Smoke. And we're here with viewer of the vlog, 37-year-old Caucasian male.
Hey guys, Roofer Boski, he's the man.
Coming into day 2, if you had an average stack around 80,000 chips, no rush, no worries, just play casual, you know. You don't have to force anything. Plenty of time to accumulate chips and find good spots and make big laydowns. People aren't going to be bluffing very much in the main event. All depends on what type of player you're up against, of course, but in general, play tight, solid poker, and you should be able to chip up without much resistance. To make it to day 3, you know, you can't play too nitty, but you can't play too loose either. You know, you have to play the situations as they come to you. Just like in poker, it's all situational, but stay focused, stay disciplined. There's value in min cashing, and there's value in getting the biggest stack at the table right before the min cash, because then you can raise pretty much any 2 cards and just profit. Other people like me, I failed the min cash 14 years in a row, so I'm used to that pain. So I'm playing to win.
Series of Poker turns 50, you might know too. Become a part of history. Only at the Rio, only at the World Series of Poker.
We got some 500 3 players. Turn.
With blinds at 400, 800, I'm under the gun with Queen 10 of clubs, 35,000 chips, 8-handed. I make it 1,600. The plan is to min raise all day, apply post flop, experience advantage. Table soft, we got to chip them down. Button calls. He's the only other real competent player at the table with almost 200K winnings. Flop comes 9-8-3 rainbow. We don't have backdoor clubs, unfortunately, but we're still going to see bet 2,200. He quickly puts in the call. The turn is a king. A good card for our range. We could be c-betting with king queen, king jack, ace king, or we could still have aces. We're here to represent aces. I bet 5,500, and he quickly calls. This is a problem. We're pretty much shutting down unless the river, specifically a jack. The river. And the river is a jack. No flush draws possible. We got the stone cold nuts. We unblock all 2-pair combos. He might have been slow playing a set. We have 27,000 behind. The pot's about 20,000. We're gonna bet an amount that makes it look like we can still have a little tournament left. If we are in fact bluffing, we bet 20,000. He goes deep into the tank. I try to give nothing away, maybe look a little scared, and he eventually puts in the call. He claims he had king jack. I think he had jack 10 and he heroed. Regardless, we now have 65,000 chips on first break, feeling great, table's good. We're here with Ben CB, owner of RaiseYourEdge.com, bringing us the good luck.
What's up, guys? Good luck.
Hands in a row. That was crazy. And had callers, like multiple callers both times. Oh, that's good. All in, yeah.
With blinds at 500, 1,000, under the gun +1 opens to 2,500. There's a call in middle position. I'm in the small blind with ace queen offsuit. Could 3-bet, but we're going to respect this 65-year-old Caucasian male's early position open. I put in the call. We're 3 ways to a flop. The flop comes Jack, 10, 4, rainbow. We check to the razor and it checks around. A 9 hits the turn. We could rep a lot of hands here. 2 pairs, king, queen. I bet 5,200. Original razor calls 5,200. We're heads up to the river, and the river is an offsuit king. Bingo, bango, bongo, Vince. We got the nuts. Question is, what should we bet? Or should I just go for the check raise? If he has a queen, he's never checking behind. If he has a set, he might bet for value, or he might have some random bluff. I decide to check, planning to check raise big. I check and he bets 13,000. I can hardly contain myself. I have about 65,000 behind. And I go for the check raise big, 45,000. I don't think he's ever folding a queen to this size. Cooler in our favor. He thinks about it for a while and eventually folds. I'm guessing he didn't have a queen. And we're now on second break with 95,000, going to 1,200 big blind, feeling great.
You're on the surprise
So
by
this
saying
year we
storage.
generated 8,569 entries for a net prize pool of 80,548,600.
What's first place?
So we will be paying 1,286 places. Min cash this year, of course, is going to be 15,000 flat. And for one lucky individual who makes it all the way through July 16th, as we crown you with the WSOP main event bracelet up here on the stage, we're going to hand you $10 million. Good luck, everybody.
Wow. Sounds a lot better.
That's the biggest.
Stagger the breaks.
Yeah, they said I rode just 2.
That's like crazy this early. That was like, I was like that yesterday, or 2 days ago. When he was in high school. Oh, cool. At like an AAU kind of. He's like what we were saying about earlier, Michael Jordan's like crazy. He's not like that. Okay. Probably doesn't even watch hockey.
Over the last few hours, tables really appreciated me buying them all dinner. They have made some folds they probably shouldn't have. Because I bought them dinner, so the equity paid for itself, along with the generosity. Always buy your table mates dinner. Good things can happen. It's only money. They'll appreciate it. It's the sentimental value of reciprocity. It's a real thing. Businesses do it. Companies do it. Free presents, free samples, free ice cream. That's why the first bite is always the best. Make them remember the generosity that you gave them, and they will reciprocate. 100,000 going to 800, 1,600 big blinds. Let's stay aggressive. I did make a couple tight folds with ace-9. I didn't open it in early middle position, and I didn't 3-bet from the small blind.
Main event players.
With blinds at 800, 1600, folds me in the cutoff. I look down at ace queen offsuit, make it 3200. Asian male age 30 to 60 makes it 7,000 on the button. We've been playing together all day. He hasn't gotten too out of line, but our hand's a little too strong to fold. We put in the call. The flop comes queen, jack, jack, 2 clubs. I check and he checks. Think he has ace king here a lot. When the turn's an 8, time to go for value. I bet 8,000. He puts in the call. There's now 2 flush draws on the board, and the river is an offsuit 10. Ace king got there, pocket 10s got there, everything got there. I still have top pair. I check, and he checks behind. He shows pocket kings, and we lose a decent pot. With blinds at 800, 1600, I'm under the gun +1 with king 10 suited. Raised up to 3,500. Action folds to the big blind. Longtime online reg with a hilarious Twitter account. Puts in the call. We started the hand with about 70,000. The flop comes ace, jack, 9, rainbow. He checks. This board hits our range very well, so I put in the C bet of 3,000. He puts in the call. He could have a lot of weak aces, jack X, 9X, some straight draws. Pretty wide range. We got him dominated range-wise. When the turn is an ace, he checks to us, and it's time to rep the ace. We got the king high. Never really going to be good here unless he has like queen 10 or 10-8. So we bet 6,000, which we would do if we had trip aces. He eventually puts in the call. Doubt he's continuing with queen 10 or 10-9. He might be calling us down with jack high. The river brings a queen. We make a straight. He checks to us, and I think he's got an ace bad kicker. Time to go for value. We bet 15,000. He tanks and tanks. If he shoves, it's going to be pretty ugly, but eventually he puts in the call. We show the straight, and we scoop a huge pot. We now have 100,000 chips. Last break of the night, 2 hours left to play, 1,000, 2,000 coming up. Let's finish strong. And I have bagged 106,000 chips.
The box in the upper right-hand corner. White to the dealer, yellow in the bag. Pink we're going to keep. Restart tomorrow, 12 p.m.
Right here?
Coming back to 1,200, 2,400 tomorrow. Day 3 of the World Series of Poker main event. Sure, I got lucky and hit a couple straights, but I survived. I resist the temptation to spew it all off in numerous spots. Kind of regret that, might have worked. But here we are. Slow and steady wins the race. Day 3. Stay tuned for that vlog. It's going to be great.